Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I am the False God. We are playing today as Berytos, jumping into turn 52. Let's go ahead and see what we can see. More demons, some more undead leaders to help us do our blood hunting. A vampire's coming out. Vampire. Scapegoats, Harspecs finds nothing. Alright, we've got 40, 66. And then another 38, 74, 104. It's not too bad. Okay, more important though. This is our first turn against Ulm. We were not really in position because we were busy capturing a throne instead. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. First of all, they've got a Queen of the Lake. Frostbrand, Vine Shield, Iron Face, Armor of Knights, Acorn Necklace, and a Storm Spool. So this is pretty tough. It's resistant to everything except fire somehow. Magic being, so you could potentially hit it with a great sort of sharpness. It's lucky. The big bit here though is lucky and 50% regen. That's a lot of regen. It's like a problematic amount of regen. Let's check the script. It's just Frozen Heartache. It's an interesting choice. Obviously, this thing will beat our PD no problem, but I'm a little surprised not to see some alteration buffs or something. Then there goes Falling Frost, and we route off, yeah, because this is a Queen of Elemental Royalty, and we had PD. We get attacked here. We've got a good number of these Axe Warriors led by Warrior Chief. No magical support, although they will kill our 3 cavemen. Here, we get attacked by a similar looking group. No Axe Warriors, but just all Steel Maidens. Again, no magical support. They kill our 1 PD. We have 1 PD everywhere because I'm cheap. Same thing, no magical support. They're going to kill our garbage PD. That was this one, I think. Oh, no. Well, it's the same story. They pretty much attack us with the same raiding party all over the place. And kill all of our PD. Let's check this one. I think it's the same. Yeah, same. We got some barbs here. Maybe the barbs will do a little bit better, but oh, they're gonna get axed. I think we killed like 1 there. Yeah. Okay, so we're down 6 provinces. It's a lot. It's a lot. We did get 60 more blood slaves though. Unrest and minus gold. That's bad. Minus Dominion. That's bad. It's the old fertility cult. 1,000 gold's pretty nice. Vampire has attacked us. And we lost our Dominion. And the vampire killed us. However, we did manage to rout and kill a false prophet and some heretics, but it cost us some stuff. And Vaye is permanently dead. So, if we go and look at the old score graphs, take a bit of a hit. It's a bit of a hit here. We got hit all up over here. This one got taken by the vampires, and this is the queen. So we've baited the trap, and now is our turn to push back out into them. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to do. And when I say push back out into them, we're kind of getting there. So we've got this nice big old army moving out. Let's look at the troops first, then we'll look at the scripts. There's 26 Sayer, 24 Shedim, another 80 Sayer, and then some other chaff. So obviously, 106 Sayer plus Shedim is kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. And to support that, we're mobilizing a pretty good number of troops. We've got a whole bunch of Sabbath slaves. Just some random guy going to do storm power. Getting a scout to make sure our logistics are okay. We're doing rush of strength. Divine blessing. Storm. Phoenix power to help our communion out. Earth power will help some members of the communion out as well. Fog warriors here. Arrowfend. We heard from Helheim that Ulm was doing a huge archer strategy, so figured, Aerofend. I had questioned Helheim on how on earth he got killed by Aerofend as a huge air nation, but apparently he did not have Aerofend researched. Power the spheres here, again, to help our communion out. So all of our communion slaves are currently getting plus earth, plus fire, and then plus whatever they've got. So it should help keep us healthy. We plugged our Lamia Queen in to do relief. Anti-magic, Marble Warriors coming off of our Father Illyrith. I think that's it. So a pretty good number of battlefield spells. And we're going to ignore their armies here. We're going to take this. Well, we're not going to go here basically because this has the pool of sanctity and I don't want to get my undead hurt. So we're just going to go march something like this with our big army right to their capital. Or, well, not their capital. Tyrannog's capital. Meanwhile, we're going to attack this group over here with, let's see what's moving out. We're sending some imps. And then more Seir and some random dead. We're going to send our vampire to go and deal with this. We're going to send both of them. I think they're just doing... What are they doing? They're just doing Horde of Skeletons. We figured that should be fine. I think we're casting a bunch of, Infernal Disease, Infernal Disease, Infernal Disease. So what we're going to try and do is pick off all of these commanders. I guess we can see exactly where we're doing Infernal Disease at. Shade Forest. Amradon. I think we've got more. Pelea. Amradon, Pelea, and where's Shade Forest? Shade Forest. So we're kind of trying to fight them a little bit asymmetrically here. They want to bring out one unit squads or one commander squads, then we will absolutely send every disease demon we can summon at them. I forgot to move this guy. There is a leper fence here, so he should move out. So that's just a bit of a miss. We're going to go ahead and keep on blood hunting. We've got horror specs going. Wow. The turn that we're being attacked, we're also demolishing our capital. We do have a good reason for this. We are going to cast 3 red seconds and replace our fortress with a citadel. So that's pretty nice. That'll give us 3 commander points to help with bride production. Additionally, citadels have more administration. So this is our castle has 45 and a citadel has 60. So I think half your administration goes to your percentage bonus income. So it's another 7.5% bonus income. Hopefully that stacks up with trade wind for 25% bonus income and stacks up with the 10% we already have. So we're kind of really building a big, our income is 2,100. Our capital is over a quarter of that. So it's kind of a big deal. The place where we have citadels, right? This is 300, 500. This province with 170 or 16,000 people compared to this one with only 10,000. But this has only got, half the income. And I think a big part of that is probably the administration, although it may not be the only thing. It's twice as much. So, there's a little bit of unrest too, which is hurting it. I definitely needed to do a better job of going through and getting rid of all the unrest we find, although this should get patrolled down by the monstrous 36 PD that these cowards keep adding to their province, because I'm certainly not paying for it. But there it is. I tested to try and kill this queen with a life for a life, but between the lucky chance and the regen, it wasn't going very well. Basically, you need to hit 2 life for a lives and not have lucky, knock you out in a row. Otherwise, the 50% regen will put her back up out of range of life for a life because it's like 40 damage or something. Yeah, 75% chance. So the odds of 2 of them going off. Well, the first one always goes off, right? Because lucky only protects you from dying. So you have, once it goes off the first time, you have a 25% chance to get through. I was going to be able to send three brides. So that's still not very good odds. And then if you don't succeed, right, it's another, you can try again. Your odds still aren't great, and you're pretty quickly going to you're going to fatigue out the brides. So it didn't work quite as well as I'd hoped. When I first saw this pop up, I was like, oh yeah, we'll just life for life this to death. But not actually, once I tested it, not actually working as well as intended. But that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and march out. I don't think we can check if we're doing anything else cool from a spell perspective. Our respects, because I'm continuing to hunt for gems, even when we're under attack. Some blood thorns. I think I was trying to get more people to be able to cast Infernal Disease, which is a pretty high level spell. It's 5th. You need 5 blood paths, which is quite a few. So let's go ahead and we'll jump to the next turn. We'll jump to 53. Berytos 53. Go ahead and see what we've got. So we finished I guess we should look at research. We finished up Alt 8, and we're on our way to. We finished Evo 6 as well, on our way up to Construction 7 for Weapons of Sharpness next. We'll look at the thing though, and then the messages. Then we'll go cover research. So Infernal Disease, didn't find anybody. Same happened here. They snuck out. Hard Specs, found a farm plenty. Hell yeah. Infernal Disease, didn't find anybody. I think what happens if you look at these is that, yeah, they just snuck out basically. Good number of blood slaves. Here's some battles. We can see Femoria attacks Ulm with this little Fomorian druid thug. So relatively, cheap, right? Frostbrand is 5. This is 5. This is more. This is 10. And then some gems. It's going to bless, Mistform, Air Shield, and then PR as well. How much fatigue is he at? Only 32. Yeah, that's gonna work nicely. It's a nice little thug. Pretty cheap. Our vampires are going to attack the vampires that attacked us. This is gonna go disastrously poorly. We summoned a bunch of long dead, and then I kind of forgot that vampires fly, and then they absolutely wrecked me. So 2 vampires down, but I'm sure they'll be back later. Femoria attacks here into Ulm in a territory that was mine before. So that's kind of dicey. They certainly are going to beat these 3 guys. We attacked back, I think, just with some Seir. And then we're going to do Blessings. And I'm pretty sure our Seir are going to make absolute mincemeat out of these guys. Although they certainly can get killed by some of their spells, like there. But once they get into melee, they have quite a few attacks. They didn't even get anybody. That's good. So yeah, 2 Fomorian druids down. I guess I wasn't closely coordinating with Femoria enough. I kind of figured that, that was my tile. I got raided, but that hardly means that it's up for the taking. So I may have sent him a message that said, oh, sorry, I killed your guys, but I also may not have, I don't recall. It kind of felt deserved. We got a Marble Warriors coming out here from some gnomes. I'm surprised they bothered, honestly. There's really nothing here. Not sure why they would waste the gems. 70 blood slaves, courtesy of our spell. Some earth gems, more earth gems, and a dominion change. Excellent. There's an arena battle. We are not... oh, it happened. Basalt King went and won. I don't believe that nobody went and fought him. We caught a scout, which killed our Blackhawk, or a Blackhawk. So, we are going to take this back. I did talk to Fomori, because I was like, hey, this shit's mine. And he's like, yeah, okay, you can have it back. And I was like, this is mine too. And he's like, yeah, okay, you can have that back too. This time we're going to be smarter. We're just going to go ahead and cast... so we're casting our 3 red seconds. We're also going to put up Eternal Pyre, which we've been building up to for a little bit. So that's fun. Again, nothing says this is a good time for infrastructure like when you're being invaded. This time we're going to cast Infernal Disease on this province to kill the vampire in charge, and then we're just going to ping it with a scout. It is much safer. That's what I should have done the first time. I'd be much happier. Here we are moving out just one dude with, I think, some token forces. He's got just some long dead horsemen and some thralls. Just I don't want him to like move the queen back and pick up something good, right? Like we're happy enough to just, if some long dead die, then some long dead die. So be it. We're moving our main stack up, like we said, and we're just gonna go bop bop bop. We know that there are like Olmish troops hiding around here, right? Because they snuck out. But not too much we can do about that. Let's see. Eternal Pyre, 3 red seconds, a lot of eco. More Shedim, Bloodthorn, the Infernal Disease we talked about. So, we haven't seen any Olmish armies yet, right? Just these little raiding parties. And it should be, pointed out, right? Almost busy trying to kill Helheim, who, as we can see, is not dead yet. And they got attacked by 2 other players before they were really ready. So it's very possible, and indeed at this point seems likely, that they have no significant armies in this area. I would have thought, so, very cheeky, very fun with their big alpha strike. I think that is fine, but they probably need to be running these troops back and then getting some mage support together to support them. Losing these troops out in the field would be pretty bad for them. I think it'd be a mistake if that sort of transpired that way. But no big battle yet. We're still we're out there looking. We already covered the script. I don't think I made any changes here. From a research perspective, we're gonna go get weapons of sharpness. It's gonna be pretty nice. We finished Alt 8. That is going to give us Warriors of Muspelheim and Niflheim for resistances. Quickening and Liquefy are both good spells. Ground Army, again, for resistances. Will of the Fates, I believe, does work on demons. It just doesn't work on undead. So that's a great spell for us. I want to say that I tested it and it works, but I think we can probably check the script. If nobody scripted it, then it probably didn't work. Anti-magic, let's see. Marble Warriors. Fog Warriors. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know, it's been a long time. But I'm sure we'll use it at some point. So yeah, we're marching the army. We're gonna go take them out. We have no capital. Obviously, this crushed our income this turn. This went from, from over 500 down to 400. So you can see there's the citadel, or even just the fort provides a pretty big amount of income. When we go to next turn, we'll see what it changes to, right? We're at 408. I think we'll go ahead and jump to the next turn, which should be 54. And we'll call that the last turn of this episode. 54. Berytos. Before we forget, it was 408. Now it's 577. The castle's adding 177 gold in addition to, right, those extra command points, which we can't use because we don't have any money, but it's worth the gold too, so it helps on both sides. We can go ahead and try and assassinate this vampire, our disease demon. I think this is the first one we're sending out. These guys are pretty cool. 30 HP, 14 attack, magic weapon, a pair of magic damage attacks. And we're up against this vampire. He flies. I think everybody flies. Then they both land together. Not sure how it decides where they land when they both go up, but we got a good hit in. He's down to 4. Took a disease and a never healing wound. Although I don't know that disease matters because it's undead, but then we go ahead and pick him off. We did cast 3 red seconds, obviously. We cast Eternal Pyre, no problems. Lots of Shedim and Serim, lots of Blood Slaves, and let's check out some battles. We got Helheim attacking Ulm. They've got this Vanhurst and just a couple of Hellherdings against Barbs. And they're just going to do Blessing. And then Phantasmal Warrior, I don't think that's right. The Hellherdings die, or, well, the one died. The other one's doing pretty well. Now these, they route them and then he routes. Yeah, Phantasmal Warrior, not a good spell. I don't think. I would not suggest that script. We go ahead and charge into Ulm. Nothing here. Take back our tile. We attack Ulm here as well. This is our big stack. We're not going to get to see any script, obviously. Not enough to trigger gems here, but let's just... These poor sods. Wow, there we go. I think we only got one of them. Aim, people! There we go. That was here. We have us fighting. Well, we're not really fighting for Moria. We're just taking back our crap. And he's got 1 PD, it looks like. We get attacked by Atlantis. So, this is bad news. We really don't want to be fighting Atlantis. That's a whole nother nation who's pretty large, right? They've eaten, they killed real yay, and while Ulm has some of that, Atlantis has most of it, and we have a ton. We can stop looking at the fight, I suppose. They have high evocation, which is not surprising, and they sent 4 of these Mage of the Deeps out. This one has a water lens. I think this one does too. Yeah. So, we'll go through the battles and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do. Okay, nothing here. Because what we do is pretty great. The queen is back. And we've got, is this us? Yeah, this is definitely us. She's doing, what did she cast? Iron Skin. We're doing some imps. Blessings. She's doing Falling Frost. There's a lot of chappy. This is our blood hunting province. Or one of them. I don't remember. I don't think we were really well scripted here. She's been surrounded, but plus 33 regen is going to make this a challenge. We got her for 22 there. But we are incinerating her. And there was like a flame bolt, so that got her down a little bit. I think that she's still at 36. And then she gets plus 12, but she got hit pretty good. If everybody was on advance and cast, I think that we would have been in really good shape. Because they would have all done this fire stuff. She's down at 9 hit points. And is back up to 40 now. She did rout. But, yeah, down at 9, I think that we were very much capable of killing her if we had just put everyone on advance and cast. So, pretty unfortunate. It would also be great if our guys would just let her rout already. Instead, they're going to make sure that she kills as many of our own troops as possible. Yeah, we just fireballed our own guy there. We gave her 1 never healing wound, so that's something. And she routes off. That was pretty bad for us. We lost the Mound King, 5 Colossi, 34 Horsemen, 25 Bulls. Okay, it really wasn't that bad, all considered, but it wasn't great. Our Beryton Scout successfully fights off the vampires, and raids Femoria with a pretty good sized stack of units. That's 60 units. Greendale loses people as the Fortress of Nature do stuff. We've got another fertility cult. There's a monster boar, air gems, Dominion, province income, which is nice. Greendale gets conquered. We do some scouting and we find another false prophet, and our vampires are back. So Atlantis is somewhat confusing here, in that they attacked us here. If you are going to attack out of right, you're the underwater player, we have no nap, you can attack whenever you want. Why are you making this one attack instead of, hitting a bunch of tiles at once, right? They have sort of all this coastal real estate to work with, as well as this over here, although they could bump into Ulm. So one attack is somewhat suspect, in my opinion. I think that they probably could have hit more. In terms of what we're going to do about it, so the first thought, right, is obviously having to defend all of our coastal provinces is going to be a huge pain. It's going to make prosecuting this war onto Ulm very difficult. Especially, we haven't even seen any Ulmish forces over here. If there were any, they're probably busy fighting Femoria. Femoria now has placed himself on a couple more thrones, right? Because he's now on this one. He was here. It looks like Ulm took it back. But something to watch out for. Anyway, we have a perfectly reasonable and rational response to dealing with Atlantis, which is that we're going to cast Sea of Ice on Sea of Ice the Stormcaller, because I don't want to deal with the underwater player. I would prefer if the underwater player stays where he belongs, in the puddle. He can be perfectly happy down there and not come up on land. So we're going to go ahead and put up Sea of Ice. We're doing essentially a minimum cast. I don't think it's quite minimum. It's like 86 or something. Let's see. We're at 69 gems, and we went up to 155. So it's like 86. And I just wanted to have a little bit, right? So if he tries to min cast this spell, it won't work. But he could also, right? He doesn't know how much we put into this. He has no idea what our water income is. It's very possible he goes for a big dispel. And Sea of Ice, right, in particular, is sort of funny as a global, because lots of globals, if you ever cast them, you not only take them away from your opponent, but you give them to yourself. But of course, that is not the case for Sea of Ice, in that him putting himself under the water isn't really any better than us putting him under the water. I think we also, I reached out to people to get me some gems. I was like, hey, I'm putting Atlantis back where they belong. Have you got anything? And I think Femoria next turn will send me like 6 gems. It's I was like, all right, we're in this on our own, pretty much. But that's okay. We had enough gems to do it. We've got a pretty good water income, plus 12. So we could cast it again every 7 turns. And if we really wanted to, we could theoretically alchemize, but it's not, we're not crazy yet. We're going to throw a bunch of infernal diseases at a couple different places, looks like. Something. Where's that? Oh, Evergreen. Can't read. We're sending in our force here to try and claim this, because there's not much here. And we're casting 1 infernal disease at it. Still not marching out our real army. But we're going to have this little raiding party go ahead and try and put ourselves on the throne. So Unforted Thrones are really interesting for us because we have 3 red seconds. So if we take it, we're going to claim it. Absolutely. But anyway, more Infernal Diseases are going to be cast. Some Great Eagles. These are all being thrown at Atlantis. Because screw them. Get off my coastline. More Lightless Lanterns. Storm in a Bottle. More Infernal Disease. A Bloodstone. Some neat stuff. We're probably not casting as many things as we want or should be doing. But we're trying. We're using the tools that we have available. We obviously have way fewer water gems in this because we are in fact casting Sea of Ice. We've got a lot of earth gems we could probably be using to something or for something. I think I was trying to keep up a blood bank here so that we would guaranteed be able to cast 3 red seconds if we took this, which is why we're not spending more blood slaves. Otherwise, we might, shuffle around a little bit and like get another Melkart or another vampire or something like that. More demons. I think we're doing another a bunch more demons here as well. We don't have, we've got 25 more here. So our demon factory is going pretty darn good. But yeah, we're going to put up Sea of Ice and we're going to march towards Tirnanog. So that's it for this turn. You can see we've got lots of like troop movements. We're going to go deal with these freaking satyrs and heretics. But thanks everybody for joining me for turn 54 here. Hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.